So, from all of that, it's supposed to tell you you need the Neuralite probe to check out the Cardassian corpses. Unnecessary combat roll. All of the medical equipment in the kit has been sterilized and is ready for use. Get the Neuralite probe. A Neuralite probe is a device that makes use of stabilized biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous systems. The use of natural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by the patient and minimizes the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. Use the Neuralite probe. Captain, that tool should give us a better insight into the cause of death for the Cardassians in the mess hall. If we can use the Neuralite probe to obtain a sample of one of the Cardassians' brain tissue, we may be able to determine a cause of death. We can go ahead and investigate this one. They're all the same. The Neuralite probe has determined that this individual died from a radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop as its energy was depleted. Sir, there was a great deal of interference being picked up by the tricorder, most likely the result of energy residue from whatever was used to do this to the Cardassian. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There's a science lab across the hall from the medbay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. Alright, let's go check it out. Conduct energy scan. Please define parameters per scan query. Electroplasma is used for several known species by serveral, what the hell? It's used by several known species as a means of transferring power from a central power source. That's what it says. It's misspelled. Central power source to outlying areas of a ship or outpost. Plasma serves as an efficient medium for maintaining a high state of energy even when moved over a great distance or allowed to sit unused for long periods of time. For this reason, energized electroplasma can be stored in plasma canisters for transport and still arrive in a usable state. Scan for electroplasma. The scan is picking up high levels of electroplasma throughout the ship, but that's not surprising considering that the Cardassians use poorly shielded EPS relays. There are no anomalous readings from the scan. Hello, Namo. Nuclear fission reaction. Nuclear fission is a common source of energy for non-spacefaring races. It provides a large amount of power with relatively little spatial knowledge. It is an unsuitable power source for interstellar travel. While races such as humans have used this source of power in the past, it has been surpassed by more efficient means of energy production that will not result in toxic waste byproducts that can severely damage organic life. Scan for nuclear fission reaction. There are no signs of any nuclear fission reactions taking place at this time. Captain, she said. Omega energy. All information on Omega energy is classified. Scan for Omega energy. Captain, there are no Omega molecules anywhere inside the ship. Captain, what are Omega molecules? That's a joke from Voyager, the Omega Directive. Polaric ions. Polaric ions have been used as a form of energy. However, they are highly volatile and prone to subspace chain reactions. These reactions have been known to create subspace fractures that make warp travel impossible, as well as creating hazardous amounts of polaric radiation. Scan for polaric ions. There are no polaric ions anywhere on this ship. And the last option. Triolic waves. Triolic waves are the result of a process called selective molecular polarization in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter into energy. Triolic energy is not used by any known species because they are known to cause deterioration of living tissue. Scan for triolic waves. I'm picking up a large concentration of triolic waves centered around the ship's bridge, Captain. Triolic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in the area for long, and the Cardassians will be subject to deleterious effects as well. They would not knowingly use triolic energy. I'd suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the triolic waves probably is responsible for the deaths of the Cardassians in the mess hall. Alright everyone, let's go. Let's check this out. Hello. Captain, it's headed for the bridge. So are we. No, I'll keep my shotgun out. Take turbo lift to bridge. Defeat Devidians! Ow. Look at that. Take out a chunk of your life every time they do that. Okay, we're not done yet, though. Now we gotta fight the Phantasm. This guy could kill me. Ugh. Okay. It is a good idea to keep yourself as close to full health as you can fighting this guy, because he has a lot of attacks that can drain your health really quickly. And that, which hits right through your health and immediately KOs you. Revan. It's very important to try and keep everyone alive in this fight, because this guy has a lot of attacks that hurt, and you want everybody fighting him. So yeah, just try and keep your distance. Try and keep yourself as close to full health as you can. Try to keep everybody in the fight. And that's about it. Again. Revan. Again. Revan's like, God damn it. Again. Again. Ugh. I've lucked out because he's not really paying too much attention to everyone else. He's really been going after me. I want to kick the ghost. Haha, I killed the ghost by kicking it. Energy dampening armor, Mark 10. It's not really a ghost, but same difference. What are you doing jumping down there? There's no let's get out of this force field thing. There's no mistaking them now, Captain. Those were Devidians. What's curious, though, is that Devidians are out of phase with us. Normally, we can't see them without a subspace force field tuned with an extremely sensitive phase discriminator. We didn't have that, so how are they appearing in our reality? I recommend checking the Axon's crew log entries. Maybe they were doing something that made it easier for the Devidians to exist here. It is making a sound, okay. I was like, is there actually a sound there? Choose log entry. Read Captain's log. Our mission goes well. The Axon has disabled or destroyed 7 enemy ships. I look forward to reporting our successes to our leaders. The Chief Medical Officer is concerned about casualties. It is his job to be concerned. Mine is to operate this ship at peak efficiency. I have read his report about unexplained deaths and dismissed it. There is always an explanation. He simply hasn't looked hard enough. I cannot let his failings disrupt our mission. Gulma Dread's abduction by Starfleet has left a void in our organization. New leaders with the will to use whatever means are necessary to free our people from Federation tyranny are needed. If all goes well, after this campaign, I will be seen as one of those leaders. Now, Gulma Dread's abduction, capture by Starfleet, hasn't happened yet because I'm assuming they changed the plot of this one. I didn't read it too closely because I was just going through it because I was power leveling at the time. And I've already played this mission, like I said, like a dozen times already. But that hasn't happened yet. That actually happens later on in the Cardassian arc. Just so you know. Read Chief Engineer's log. Repairs to the Axon go as expected. Running low on deuterium and warp coils. Wish there was more time between battles to do more than patch critical systems. But time is the most precious commodity there is. 4 crewmen down. 1 died in battle with Klingon forces, but 3 others died in accidents. I have spoken to the captain about launching an investigation, but he sees nothing but his dreams of glory and a return to conquest. Unusual spike in triolic wave energy may be affecting warp core efficiency. Must speak to Triolic and see if I can get his sensor readings have turned up anything useful. I flubbed that. Sorry. Must speak to Triolic and see if his sensor readings have turned up anything unusual. Letter from Maja arrived today. She and the children are well, but she worries about me. She wants me to leave the True Way and return to Cardassia Prime. 6 months ago I would have ignored her pleas. Now, though, I miss her, and I see no end to this fighting. Perhaps she is right. No. Read Science Officer's log. Science Officer's log. Stardate 86790.08. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the approaching Driffin's comet. The comet itself has not been a focus of much scientific inquiry, and it last passed through the sector the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as detectable amounts of chronoton particles. The triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission for my curiosity. I have requested the launch of a Class 1 probe. The chronotons are of even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been, or will be, in the presence of a temporal event. Time mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data, but the captain has never had much interest in science. Perhaps I will remind him that chronoton particles are harmful against the aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole. A potential weapon of use against the Bajoran's gods may be of enough interest in him to divert our course. Exit. Captain, we should return to the Woglinde. I'm sure Starfleet Command would want to know that there are Devidians in the neutral zone. The battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Or these battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Sorry. I'm just a little bit preoccupied right now because there was a glitch right here. Let me pet my triple. There was a glitch here. Whenever you beamed up from this mission, the game would crash. So, just so you know what happened if it does. Okay, Captain, we should return to the Woglinde. I'm sure Starfleet Command will want to know that there are Devidians in the neutral zone. These battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Let's return to the ship. Don't crash, game. And well done, 4. Hello, Namo. Namo will be back. Don't you fucking crash. I think they fixed it, but I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not doing salvage dispute. Let's see. In progress. Skirmish. Hail Starfleet. Are you sure that you found no sign of the Cardassians attempting to open a portal or otherwise bring the Devidians into our phase variants? This is troublesome. There are pieces of the puzzle I don't have yet. Let me do some digging and I will be in touch. So yeah, this is Franklin Drake, and at this point in the game, in this iteration of the story, we've already been introduced to him long ago at the beginning of the Romulan missions. And we will still be introduced to him in the beginning of the Romulan missions, but in a much different way. This, on Tribble, is your new first introduction to him. You know, this is supposed to be the first time you meet this guy. So, yeah. So, I just got a personal message. Hey man, no fleet? You should check us out at 528thfleet.com. I don't really like when people like spam fleet invites at me. Let's see. So I already have a subspace field modulator. Can't take that. I already have a whole shit ton of phase-shifted personal shields. At least I think so. So I'm not going to take that. I'm going to go ahead and take the covariant shield array and sell it. Until next time. Oh, you're so ominous. Somebody actually was working on a Foundry mission called Franklin Drake Must Die. That should tell you something about this character. Kinetic damage resistance. Nah. I got better stuff. Sell. Sell. Snail juice. Sell. Sell the engine thing. Alright. That was Skirmish, the first episode of the Devidian featured episodes. The next one will be Spin the Wheel, and Spin the Wheel will be very, very brief. The thing that'll take the longest in there, and there's a Klingon ship with an Aegis effect going on in sector space. Phaser resistance. Let's see. Hello. Spin the Wheel will be very short. The thing that's probably going to take the longest in Spin the Wheel is just the amount of, just the dialogue. Especially that one dialogue puzzle. That's probably going to be what's going to take the longest. But that's going to be a very, very short mission. I mean, very, very short. Spin the Wheel is very short. Spin the Wheel was like... Because keep in mind, the featured episodes, when this featured series starts rolling, it rolls one episode per week. So, Spin the Wheel comes around, and you're like, I waited a week for this? But what lies belief? Yeah. I got a cold sore. What lies beneath? Totally fucking made up for it. And I can't wait to be stumbling around in the dark again. But we'll get to that mission's problems when we get to what lies beneath. Until then, I will see you guys later. So, later.